What's up, everybody? Gibson's Lawn Service checking back in with another. Look, I want to talk about the importance of having a few different bank accounts with different banks. And I'm gonna tell you that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have seven accounts. 5 is with physical banks, and the other 2 is like online bank. And I'm gonna tell you how I do all of my things. And I'm gonna give you the name of these banks. I'm in South Mississippi. Some of y'all may not have these banks where you're located. And again, for the record, I'm poor. So a lot of this has to do with the decisions I made when I was poor, and I just decided to keep everything open. Okay. We're gonna start with the first bank. It's called Navigator Credit Union. Every full-time job I've had, my checks went into this bank. I never got a loan from this bank. Never. I take that back. I've gotten 2 personal loans with this bank, but it'd be like $1,000 or $2,000 loans. Don't mean nothing. My second bank is Singing River Federal Credit Union. I don't know if that's locally or not. I don't know if they have that where y'all at. My third bank is Kler Federal Credit Union, and then I think it's my fourth one is Navy Federal, and then the fifth one, it's like Gulf Coast Credit Union. It's a real local bank. I don't even think they have another branch. And my online bank is Novo Bank and QuickBooks checking account. And I'm gonna tell you how I do everything. And again, this never, the year I haven't been able to do nothing, because like I explained to y'all, man, every weekend it's been to the point where I've had to spend a buttload of money because things have been falling apart. But I remember praying early in the year. I said, Lord, if anything that goes out or I need repaired, please allow that to happen in the summer, because in the winter I really won't have much money to take care of it. And I really think that's just what the Lord been doing, allowing everything to tear up in the prime of the season where I got the money to just pay for everything. The last hiccup I had, like I told y'all, was my mower had to go in the shop. That was $550 to get my mower out the shop. Like I say, it's always something that I'm dumping money on. This weekend, if I ain't mistaken, I got to go get my kids a dresser for their room. And then I want to take myself to the America's Thrift Store to get me some more work pants. But back to it. Navigator Federal Credit Union, all of my checks from my full-time jobs has went into the Navigator checking account. And when I go grab a welding job this winter, that's the bank I'm gonna use to have my checks deposited in. That is the bank I use to pay myself out of. I send myself a check every week to that bank, and that is what all my bills come out of Navigator Credit Union. All right, Singing River Federal Credit Union. I use them to get auto loans, but my last 2 auto loans, I have not used them. I have no money stashed in that account, probably a few $100s if that. Kler. Now, Kler, that is my bank. Kler has bought my wife's truck. Kler has bought this new truck I just bought. And Kler also gave me a $10,000 credit card. And I love to say this, that $10,000 credit card today have 0 balance. That interest, and it's crazy, the interest rate on that credit card is like 7%. If I ain't mistaken, most credit cards today are like 30%. Interest rate on that one is 7%, and I refuse to use that card. That is emergency. Everything is falling apart. That's what you got emergency fund for. Told y'all I'm poor, man. Told y'all I've been spending all my money. I'm poor. I'm trying, man, but everything keep falling apart. Navy Federal. My plan was Navy Federal to just dump a bunch of money. My plan with Navy Federal when I opened them was to get a auto loan, but I could never go down there to do the application. What I like about Kler, every auto loan I've gotten from Kler, I've never had to go to the bank to get the loan. And what I like about Kler, again, I'm in South Mississippi. Kler have branches in Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, where I'm at, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. So anytime I find a vehicle out of town, I just go to the nearest Kler, get the check, and just take it back to the dealer. That's what I love, because when I found my wife's truck in Louisiana, you know, when you're trying to buy something out of town, you got to do it over the phone. They got to wire a check, and then you waiting. What I like about Kler, when I found my wife's truck, there was a Kler 10 minutes away. I went and looked at the truck. This how simple it was. Went and looked at the truck, went to the bank, got a check, went back, signed the paper, and we drove home. Now, the dealer tried to make me finance through them, and it was an hour argument back and forth. But anyway, we ain't talking about that. Same thing when I bought this truck. Drove to Louisiana, 10 minutes down the road was Kler, went and got a check, had to wait because the lady was going to lunch. Got the check, brought it back to them, signed, left. That's my Kler. I use Kler to buy vehicles. Kler is to buy vehicles. What I need to do, probably this week, I'm going to go into Singing River Federal Credit Union and just see if they give me a credit card. Like, I'm not even going to use, I just want some kind of rapport with them. Because last time I used Singing River Federal was when I had an auto loan, I say about 10 years ago. My account's still open with them. So I need to get some skin in the game with them. Navy Federal, like I say, I was just gonna dump money in the Navy Federal and get an auto loan, but they ended, it was too much work to go down there, so it's just open. Now this local Gulf Coast Credit Union, at the time I opened an account with them, they was real big on giving everybody a loan. So I ended up opening an account with them, putting like $1,000 in there, and never went down there to get a loan. So that's what it is. Now, all of my business run through QuickBooks and QuickBooks checking account. And from QuickBooks checking account, I disperse all of my money out. Any payments I have for my business, like vehicle insurance for the business, what I'm talking about, dump trailer payment, anything to do with the business, I use my QuickBooks checking account and I send it over to my other business checking account called Novo Bank. So when the money hit the account from QuickBooks, send myself a check to Navigator, and then I send another payment to Novo Bank, and Novo pay all the business expenses, and then Navigator have my personal money in it, which is nothing because I'm poor. And the QuickBooks keep the money for the business floating in their account, and we go from there. And that's how I do it with all my bank accounts. One day when I get situated, all of these accounts will have money in it. I will have credit history with all these banks, because I told y'all before, I want to get to where I can get a line of credit. I want $100,000 line of credit. It don't matter if it's $20,000 from each bank, but I want $100,000 line of credit. I can go get money with no questions asked. That's what I want to do. But again, and look, believe it or not, it takes a lot of money to raise a family of 7 on one income. And I ain't tripping at all, because this is the life I wanted. But think about that. For your lawn business to be provided for 7 people, and you're not begging for bread or the lights about to get turned off, that's a big accomplishment. I think it is anyway. But anyway, man, look, oh man, I'm switching my colors up. I'm switching my colors up with my uniforms. I'm going with khaki and orange. And the only reason I'm going with khaki and orange, because I just bought some of these right here. Boy, these things so dope. Man, I love these. So that's what I'm about to go to the thrift store for. I'm fixing to go to the thrift store to get some khaki pants. And I'm see if I can go to Walmart and give me some orange shirts so my wife can make me some more shirts. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go online and get the dry fit shirts underneath that same camouflage color. But again, I might not even spend money on that because I'm poor. So look, I'll catch y'all on the next one, man.